So let's try to find the equation of a plane that contains points P and Q and is perpendicular to a given plane P sub 1. So here's just a sketch of two perpendicular planes. P1 is the plane that we have, and P2 is the plane whose equation we want. Now, for the plane that we have right here, we can read off the normal to that plane. So let's call that N1. N1 is the normal for two-plane P sub 1. I'll sketch it over here. It looks something like this. And this normal is the vector 2, 3, negative 4. We can read that right off from the equation of the plane. It's the coefficients of x, y, and z. All right, so how are the normals of our two planes related to each other? So the plane whose equation we need, P sub 2, will have a normal that will look something like this. And so you can see here that two planes that are perpendicular to each other have perpendicular normals. So we need to find n sub 2. A plane is uniquely determined by its normal and a point on the plane. So if we can get n sub 2, then we can take, let's suppose, point P, whose coordinates are 2, 1, and 1, and obtain the equation of our plane. How are we going to find n sub 2? Well, we know that a vector on plane P2, maybe it looks like this, will be parallel to n1. No matter where I put it, right? If I put a vector here, that's still going to be parallel to vector n sub 1. If I do something like that, that's still going to be parallel to vector n sub 1. So we know that vector PQ is parallel to n1. So that means that if I find the cross product of PQ and n1, that will give me a vector that's normal to both. So the strategy here will be, let's find the cross product PQ cross n1, and this result will be a vector that is orthogonal to both PQ and n1. And so, because of that, that vector will be n2. It will be the normal that we need to create the equation of the plane that we're looking for. Let me actually write that in yellow because that's the normal that we're looking for. So this will be n sub 2. All right, so let's go ahead and set up that cross product. We're going to do PQ cross n1. Oh, I should find PQ first. So our vector PQ, again, we're going to find it by subtracting corresponding components, will be negative 1 minus 2, which is negative 3, 3 minus 1, which is a 2, and 2 minus 1, which gives us a 1. So the cross product, so that we can generate the normal to the plane that we're looking for, will be as follows. So ijk along the first row, PQ is negative 3, 2, and 1, and the normal from P1, from our original plane, has components 2, 3, negative 4. So I'm going to work on this cross product, and we'll have I will multiply the determinant left when we imagine blocking out the row containing I and the column containing I. So that's going to be negative 8 minus 3, then minus j, and that determinant will be 12 minus 2, plus k, and that will be negative 9 minus 4. And so we have found our normal that we were looking for. We have a negative 11I minus 10j minus 13k. So our vector, our normal vector, is negative 11, negative 10, negative 13. This is n2, perpendicular to both n1 and vector pq on the plane p sub 2. As I've mentioned before, we can take any scalar multiple of n2. It will also be normal to our plane p sub 2. So I'm going to take as our n2, I'm just going to multiply everything by negative 1. So I have 11, 10, and 13. I'm going to use point P, whose coordinates are 2, 1, 1. And then remember, to get our equation of our plane, let's call this P0 now, we're going to use a general point on the plane whose coordinates are x, y, z. And the way we're going to set this up is we're going to find vector P0. This vector will be x minus 2, y minus 1, and z minus 1. And when we do the dot product between our vector P0 and the normal, that dot product will be 0 because those are perpendicular vectors. So here we go. Here's the dot product. We're going to start with the x component of n sub 2 times the x component of P0. So 11 times x minus 2 plus the y component of n sub 2 times the y component of our vector P0, which is y minus 1, plus 13 times z minus 1, and this dot product equals 0. And there's the equation of our plane. Of course, we can multiply this out and write it in standard form. Let's go ahead and do that. So we'll get 11x minus 22 plus 10y minus 10 plus 13z minus 13. I'm going to move all the constants to the right side of the equation. So on the left, we'll be left with 11x plus 10y plus 13z. And let's see if I can add these. So negative 22 minus 10 is negative 32 minus 13 is going to be negative 45. When I move it to the other side, that will just be 45. Let me just check that. That's negative 32 minus 13. Yep. Looks good. So there is the equation of the plane that we were looking for.